it went from like I want a really good home for them to I don't want to have to send them to the market.
I think I saw a Facebook post about somebody needing to rehome. It was actually a family of 6, and the person who owned like the property that they lived on was moving. Miscommunication had ensued that they thought that the new owners were going to want the sheep to be there, and the new owners were like, no, we don't.
We wanted to find them a home for all 6 because, keeping them together is, for us initially the only option. And then it became clear that, we needed to find somewhere.
We knew we did not have the space or the resources to take on 6 sheep, and so originally I told her, I could help try to find someone to take them. She really wasn't able to find anybody, and so we said, okay, we'll take 2, and there was a mother and baby pair. So Bonnie's actually the mother of Piper, who is our second sheep.
And so I think that is one of the stressful things in rescue. You have sort of a finite amount of resources and space, and you want to do best by them, and sometimes that involves not doing the best, but sort of your best in that moment. Like Bonnie wasn't like super in love with us right away, but she would like let us scratch her without running. Whereas Piper, you would try to touch Piper and she would just like take off from us.
Yeah.
Brian just doesn't give up. So he is determined to make every animal love him.
Blind persistence is sort of my method, which usually works really quickly. The sheep have taken longer because like Piper, she was born sort of in the wild. It's almost like trying to win over like a feral cat where like there's just this like years of trying to stay away from anything that could be scary. Unless there's carrots involved, and then
Piper has no fear of anybody, and that's how we know that Piper really doesn't fear us that much, because if you got carrots in hand, she's completely different.
Yeah. But Bonnie pretty quickly started to like let us get near her if we were down low and we like seemed like we were giving her space. She would let us like really pet her, and so it was really just like this consistent patience. Humans think animals should instantly be endeared to them. I think a lot of people end up judging animals based on almost like their right to be alive depends on how happy they can make us while they're alive versus just having an inherent value. It's like, because you hear farmers who are like, oh, I loved my chickens, but I had to toss this rooster in the pot because they chased my kid or something, and you're like, okay, that's not really love. Like, that's a little different. Like a different message you're giving them. It's hard because people always think there's this good way to have animals.
To exploit them kindly.
Yeah, like to exploit them in the good way. And, like ultimately, unless your goal is the good of the animal and that is the focus, at least the primary focus, then it's always going to end up being skewed towards the human.
I just continue to see that each animal has such a unique personality. I think especially of sheep, using that word as a term for people who are all the same or going along with the crowd or not doing anything. And really it couldn't be further from the truth in how truly unique they are as individuals.
Animals really are so much like us, and their desires to be happy and to be alive and to be safe and to care for their family and to feel like part of like a family.